Kagurabachi has been a monster hit for Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine ever since it made its debut last year, and if a new report is correct about its now-in-the-works anime, this series is really going to be the next monster hit to watch. It was recently reported by Toyo Keizai that a Kagurabachi anime is now moving forward with some interesting names in the creative mix, and this could make for one of the biggest new anime releases in the near future. Which is something Kagurabachi fans have been asking for since before even the first chapter of the series came out. Kagurabachi originally made its debut with Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine last year, and went viral before the first chapter even hit the magazine in full. Unlike many of the other manga series debuts we might have gotten to see, this manga has been one of the hottest starts in recent memory. It meant that it was likely going to be fast-tracked for an official anime adaptation as soon as possible, and that many production companies would likely be after it. Thankfully, what seems to be attached to the new Kagurabachi makes for a good sign of what's to come. According to Toyo Keizai's report, CyberAgent and Shochiku are now on the production planning committee for the anime. These two companies between them have helped to oversee the releases of some big hits such as Oshi no Ko, Zombieland Saga Revenge, Noragami, and feature films such as A Silent Voice and Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. The report further stated that the production is overseen by both companies as a collaboration in order to keep from one company having too much of a workload on their hands, especially when accounting for multiple anime releases, and their connections to the West. That's an especially important note for Kagurabachi because unlike many of the manga in Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump currently running at the moment, Hokuzono's manga seems especially ripe for success in the West. Chihiro Rokuhira's path towards a bloody vengeance took off with fans in the West before the first chapter, as images of its bloodied hero after a particularly intense debut encounter really seemed to make waves, to the point where its fans are actively pushing back against leaks and spoilers to further support the official release. Coupled with the fact that Hokuzono has been inspired by the likes of John Wick for its story, and Kagurabachi is set for worldwide success upon the anime's debut, so it needs to have the best first impression possible. That first impression needs as much edge as it can possibly get if Kagurabachi's manga popularity is going to stand any chance of breaking through to the anime world. Two production companies overseeing its planning to share the workload is a great place to start, and even more so is the long head start that they likely have. This report is pretty early on in Kagurabachi's anime production, and therefore an official announcement has yet to be made as to whether or not it's happening. This means that the road to that adaptation has a lot of lead in time towards its eventual debut. Scheduling, poor planning, and crunched work hours can often result in weaker anime adaptations, and Kagurabachi is already putting the work in to avoid those potential pitfalls. The series itself doesn't even have 60 chapters under its belt as of the time of this publication, and that likely means that an anime adaptation won't be hitting for quite a while even with this high amount of interest. By the time it's ready, it will likely be a seasonal release adapting the first 2 or 3 arcs. So the hope is that there will be enough chapters to keep ahead of the anime barring any major issues. Even if this seems like it's being fast-tracked, there could be some capable hands actually bringing it to life. The report also claims that Cygames Pictures will be behind the actual animation production. No staff has been noted this early on in its planning, but this studio is behind notable releases like Princess Connect, Dive, Brave Bang Bravern, and most recently with The Summer Hikaru Died coming next summer. Tell us in comment, what is the most iconic scene you love in Kagurabachi?